Ashley. I work for the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. Oh, The Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss is a book about success, ensuring the reader he or she will succeed 98.75% guaranteed. But what I love about this book is its message of resilience. In this story, Dr. Seuss tells us that in life, we will experience both ups and downs. We will have success, and we will face obstacles along the way. That success makes us feel great, but it's overcoming those challenges that makes us stronger. Can you think of a time in your life when you have had to overcome an obstacle? What helped you get through it? Did you learn something from that experience? Let's think of a problem we have had to solve or a tough time we have survived as we head off to an artistic creation lesson from this book. You probably have all the supplies you need around the house. Come on, let's go. Today I'm using paper and oil pastels, but you can use any coloring supplies you have available around the house. Crayons, colored pencils, markers, paint, or even sidewalk chalk. So let's get started. To begin, I'm going to start at the top of the hot air balloon, and I'm going to draw a half circle in the corner with the open part pointing to this left edge of my page. I will draw this line down towards that corner and stop about there and then close it up on this side. Now we're not actually going to close up this gap. We're just going to draw a line across and then we're going to make an oval horizontally on the page there. Of course, the hot air balloon has to have a knot in it. So we're going to create that by making a straight line across here, and then we're going to do another half oval shape, but it's going to be wider here and get narrower on this end as you come and meet that line there. So we're going to make that there. Then we're going to add a couple little lines here. They're kind of curved in. And then we're going to do another line across there, and we're going to do it again a second time. And then finally we're going to make a great big circle on this end, and we're going to do a spiral in the middle by filling that in and adding just a little tail there around that way. There we go. So that is the essentials of our balloon. And from here, we're just going to draw a line down, a straight line down. At this point, there's the little guy's hand, and his hand looks like a little heart, but it's not closed all the way at the bottom. So we're going to make a little heart shape, but leave it open on that end for his sleeve. And then this line goes down another little short way to connect to his basket. Here, we're going to do a half circle, or a little more than a half circle. We're not going to close that circle. And we're going to add another little line on the half circle on the inside and as an outline. So there's the top of the basket. That's the essential shape there. It's kind of like a C, but it's pointed up the page. And here we're going to do a curved line down. And then here is sort of like an S, like a squiggly S to connect on this side. So that is our basket, and we're going to add just a little half circle at the bottom for the bottom of that basket. From here, we're going to add just a squiggly line coming out and around. So a wavy line there for this tail, and then it has this funny little hand. It reminds me of like Mickey Mouse's hand because it's big fat fingers, and there's 5 little fat fingers here coming out. So there you have the end of the balloon. So that is our essential outline minus the little guy in the basket. So we've got to add him in. Here we're just going to go a straight line down from the top of our C to the inside, and we're going to do the same on this side. So we're going to do a straight line down on that side as well. And we can just go ahead and fill in the shadows on either side of him there. then we're just going to continue this straight line up a little ways up so it's about even with his hand, because then that's where his arm is going to go, straight across over to his hand, and then another straight line up for his sleeve, and then back again to where his neck is going to be. And on this side, we're just going to go straight across for his hand. Here, we're going to go up for his sleeve and over, but kind of curved up a little bit there to his neck. And then there's a curved line there, another curved line for his collar. And then this hand also kind of looks like a heart, but it is also not closed at the bottom, and it is more wider at the top. So here is his thumb coming up and around and then to a point, and then his rest of his hand comes out again, kind of like that heart shape, but then not closed at the bottom. So there's his hand. Up here, he has a little neck here. So we're going to do two tiny straight lines going up. And on this side, his cheek comes out and curves up and around. And on this side, it just kind of curves in. So it doesn't go out quite the same. And then his hat is starts with this, another curved line curving down. And then this one curves up and then makes another arch over this way. And then you just make kind of an S shape to finish it off on the other side. And he's got some little marks coming out the top, so we'll just add those in. He's got a couple little stitches, so I'm going to add those stitches now, just right there on the brim. Then his mouth is another little heart shape. It closes at the bottom and is filled in, so I'm going to add this. It's more of like a pointed heart, not quite as much rounded as normal hearts we see. And then his eyes are just two little curved lines down, and his nose is like a backward C. So we'll add those in too. And there you have your hot air balloon. So we can add the shading now. This basket has some lines showing that it's made of wicker. It's a basket. So we're just going to add some long and short lines, kind of curving around on both sides to give it that essential look of being a basket. Up here, of course, the balloon has stripes on it. So we're going to add some curved lines connecting the two sides of the balloon. So we have there's four stripes, I think. So we're going to add those. And maybe a fifth one up here, another one at the top. There you go. So then we can add some shading marks here and more short lines and long lines on this side of the balloon to add shading to that side of the balloon. The sun would be up here, so the shadow is down here. So we're just going to add in just some curved and straight lines all the way up this side in different lengths and sizes. Doesn't have to be uniform. And then all we have to do is shade it in. So this hot air balloon is pink and yellow, so those are the two colors I'm going to use. You don't have to do those. You can use any colors you want and just fill it in. If you're using oil pastels, you have to be careful not to get too close to the other colors, otherwise you'll get black streaks across your pink. So just do a bit of shading in, and then I'm going to skip the next one because that one's going to be yellow, and down here to this one. All right, this guy is wearing a yellow hat and a yellow shirt, so I'm gonna make his clothes yellow. The top of the basket is yellow too, so I'm adding yellow around the top of the basket, and then the basket is pink. You can add a background, you can add the ground below and clouds and sky above. You can color it however you want. You can add more hot air balloons if you like to have a whole fleet of them. Thank you for drawing with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I hope this hot air balloon will remind you the next time you face one of life's challenges that you have done hard things before, and you can overcome this one too. It's all up to you. Bye.